Welcome to the Totally Honest Cooking Show. I'm Mark. Today we're making linguine and clam sauce. This starts with seasoned breadcrumbs that you put on the top at the end. So 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil right in the pan. Recipe called for half a clove of garlic minced. I'm pressing 1 clove of garlic, but I use the smallest one on the head, so we'll say it counts as half. Usually any Mark recipes use the largest on the head. This was one of my father's favorite dishes, though this is not his recipe. He probably would have just used the one on the clam can that called for garlic, olive oil, and the clams themselves, obviously. Once our breadcrumbs meet our standards for toasted, we're going to go ahead and offload them back into the original bowl they were in. Next, it calls for 7 cloves of garlic sliced, so we're doing that. This recipe calls for 3 cans of baby clams in water, so we're going to go ahead and crack into those. And we are saving our clam water. Yes, we are just going to pour it into a reserve cup and keep it there. So it turns out these bowls are not big enough to hold 3 cans of clams. That's okay. Okay, we're back over medium-low heat, and we've added 5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil to the pan. We're also going to add 5 anchovy fillets. I've never used anchovies in cooking before. I had them once on a pizza. No, actually, I was like 7, and the owner of the Little League team had a pizza place, and I had an anchovy there when we were allowed to make our own pizzas. I've added 5. I'm trying one because I haven't had one of these since the early 90s. Those are very salty. Okay, we're also adding the garlic to that, and we're cooking this until the anchovies have dissolved completely and the garlic is golden. Okay, at this point we're adding 1/4 a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. And that's only staying in there for about 30 minutes before I throw in half a cup of dry white wine. In this case, I'm using Sauvignon Blanc because it's what I have in the house. It's white wine. Turn up the heat to medium-high. We're going to reduce this for a minute or 2, and then we're going to add the juice from the clams. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add our clam juice. Now we're going to start adding our clams. Put the heat back on medium-low. We're going to let everybody in this pot get to know each other while I wait for the water to boil for the pasta, because that was a miscalculation. Okay, we got a minute or 2 left on the pasta. I'm going to go ahead and try to start moving it over. Now you're tossing the pasta in the clam sauce. If there's not enough clam sauce, like there's not right now, we're going to add some pasta water. A little bit at a time. Don't go nuts. The problem that I've always had, both in real life and on this show, is that I don't tend to get a lot of emulsion out of stuff like this. And I'm wondering if it's me. It probably is. Most things are, I've found. And the recipes always make it sound so easy, like you just drop it in and it emulsifies if you swirl it around with the tongs. Okay, it does appear to be saucing up some, so that's good. Now we're going to go ahead and add 1/4 a cup of the parsley that I reserved, along with about 2 tablespoons of butter, but really probably more than that. And we're going to mix that up again. And because we have it, and because American parsley is so much milder, I'm just going to double the parsley. Why not? Give it a little greenery. So if it doesn't emulsify, Turn up the heat and add a little bit more pasta sauce. You may have to reduce it, but it definitely works. This took a little longer than the recipe said, but it looks good. I can't wait to dig in. Like, subscribe, ding the little bell, leave a comment down below, let me know how I'm doing. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.